Welcome to the 80s! This is Thermomix Through the Decades, and as you can probably tell from my ridiculous outfit and the great music, we are full-on 80s today. And we're going to be making, due to your voting choices, Barbar's biscuits. Now, I personally thought you might go for chocolate mayo, and that was a kind of dream of mine to see what that actually was. But now that I've tested Barbar's biscuits, I can say you've made a good choice. They're delicious. So here we have our Thermomix cookbook from the 80s. And just like last time, I'm going to read you the recipe and then we're going to make it in our TM6 while we have the TM3300 next to us watching like a friendly grandmother figure. So Barbar's biscuits, who is she? Where is she from? The mystery will remain forever. What we do know is that she was a great baker. She says if you take 150 grams of margarine, that classic baking favorite, 100 grams of caster sugar, 1 egg, and then it says in brackets size 2, which is intriguing. How did they measure eggs back in the 80s? 100 grams of self-raising flour, 175 grams of Jordan's Original Crunch oat cereal with raisins. Incredibly specific. This is it. It's still going strong today. This is a favorite 80s cereal that Barbara decided to put in a biscuit, and she made a really good call on that. And then half a teaspoon of almond essence. And basically, as with our 70s recipe, the instructions are minimal at best. And it just says, preheat the oven to 190, great. Put the margarine and sugar into bowl, heat 2 minutes, 90 degrees, speed 1, scrape down the sides, add the rest of the ingredients, mix at speed 8, which seemed a bit excessive, so I've turned that down a bit for the TM6's much more powerful motor, for 5 to 10 seconds. And then this is exactly what it says. Put blobs onto baking tray. What size? No one knows. And cook for approximately 7 to 10 minutes. So let's get started. We're going to go straight in with our margarine. I have not baked anything with margarine in ages, but it does actually give you that beautiful fluffy textures when you're baking. So margarine and our caster sugar, both going in, and then heating that up at 90 degrees for 2 minutes on speed 1. This music is just amazing. And then you wait for your butter to melt, your margarine to melt with your sugar. You have a dance party on the side to Queen or whatever you're listening to, and then we're going to carry on. Margarine and sugar have been melted together, and now we're going to go in with all of our other ingredients. So self-raising flour, in it goes, and our famous Jordan's Original Crunch with raisins. 1 egg. I've just gone for a medium egg, so I don't know what size 2 means. And a half teaspoon of almond essence. I'm just estimating that. There we go. And we're just going to mix this up for 10 seconds at speed 4. There we go. And I'm just going to do exactly what it says in the recipe. Barbara knows best, and we're going to dollop on some mixture with a large spoon. Last time I made this, I got about 15 biscuits, but I did do pretty giant biscuits, so you could probably stretch that to double if you did smaller ones. So that's the sort of consistency you're looking for. Dollopable, if that's a word. And don't worry about making them exact circles because they do spread in the oven. I have got my oven preheated to 190. And I baked mine for about 8 minutes till they were lightly golden, and that was perfect. They do come out with this beautiful kind of cakey, spongy texture rather than a crunchy biscuit. Perfect to dunk into tea or coffee. But definitely not one for the people who don't like raisins, like Nikki, for example. You could easily substitute raisins with something like chocolate chips, and that would work equally well, or crushed nuts. Because of the almond essence, nuts would probably work really well here if you even did sort of like crushed blanched almonds to add texture to that almond flavor that the essence is bringing. So once again, I've gone for my giant biscuits. Frankly, the only kind of biscuit in my opinion. No one needs the guilt of eating 7 small biscuits, just have 2 massive ones. Right, there we go. These are going to go into the oven for 7 to 10 minutes, and then I'm going to show you the ones that I made earlier. And here they are, Barbar's biscuits, beautiful giant golden brown biscuits. I'm gonna give one a try right now, and then I'm gonna invite Nikki on to try a piece that she can find without a raisin in it. They are really good, I have to say. That Barbara knew what she was doing. Nikki, come see if you agree. It's a good biscuit.
Like you are very much enjoying that.
I am.
So I thought I'd join you with the get up this week. Last time I felt very underdressed in my plain black, so this time...
I hope you all appreciate this.
Well, I mean, I can't beat this. This is just a fabulous shell suit, but give it a go. Right.
I'm not standing near an open flame anytime soon. Yeah? Even with the
Really
raisin?
nice. I mean, I might to avoid the raisins, but very, very nice.
Amazing. So, next time we're going to be delving into the 90s. What costume awaits, you'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, we do need you to vote for the recipe you want me to make. Nikki, what are the options?
So we have got 4 delicious options again. So we have got a caviar and egg terrine. We have got some wind-blown cake. I don't know what that is.
What is that? No one knows.
No idea. Another mystery for another week. We have got a spicy hot cider.
Yum.
And fish parcels with a mint pea puree.
Bit boring, but could be delicious. I'm gunning for that egg terrine with caviar. I mean, what a classic pairing, egg and caviar.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited for the 90s. I am a 90s baby.
As am I.
Spice Girls, that is absolutely
all of
where
it.
I was at. But I think, like you sort of mentioned earlier on with the TM3300, so in the 80s there were 2 models of Thermomix that came out. So the first one was right at 1980, which was the TM3000. And this was when it was going from the blender, you're starting to get the functions and the heat temperatures added in there as well.
Wow.
But in 1982, we got rid of the orange design and we got a more sleek,
Subtle,
kitchen-friendly,
edging
minimalistic.
towards the TM6.
Absolutely. So this was 1982. That had its design revamp, but as you can see, you're getting the more familiar dials with the speeds. You've got the 12 different settings. So getting a bit more similar to the model that you see today rather than the blender from the 70s.
Yeah, well, I think probably if we tried to compare these two, we'd find a lot more similarities than we think, because even though Thermomix has been innovating for years since 1982, it still had those core features that make us able to make delicious recipes like Barbara's classic biscuits. Anyway, everyone, I have to go off to my aerobics class. Nikki's going to be dragged along with me. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time.
Happy voting, guys. Bye.
Thank you so much for cooking with me today, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Thermomix UK and Ireland. Thanks so much, and see you again soon.